This is the Thames London Rowing Club. This is the B boat against De Hoop of the Netherlands. So all the power scurrying away from those start pontoons. The race opening up in front, and just to the right of the picture there, the Dutch being invited to return to their side of the water, which they've done.
Yeah, nice aggressive start from both eights is what you want to see straight off the start.
And who enjoys the upper hand? Well, it's the Dutch, but only just.
And look, this Dutch crew, they lost, I think, to Thames in the final of last year's Thames Challenge Cup, so they will mean business. They will want to get one over on the other crew from the Putney Shores.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Thames Rowing Club winning Thames last year. And they'll want to go one better this year, De Hoop of the Netherlands. The umpire again asking the Dutch to get back to their side of the water. It's twice now in the early few hundred metres of this race.
And De Hoop, to me, they just look like they're tapping it on a little bit more lively. The hull sitting out of the water, they're just a bit higher in the stroke rate. It looks to me like it's a rhythm that I'd want to really row in. It's very edgy, very lively. It's just pushing that envelope of what good rowing is, whilst also making sure we're having the highest race pace we can possibly have and maintaining that long stroke.
Yeah, they're being asked again, third time in this race. De Hoop on the buck station. The umpire encouraging them to get back onto their side of the water. It's not been critical yet, and because they've got a bit of a lead, perhaps that distorts it, but there's a danger of the dirty water disrupting London Rowing Club just behind them.
Particularly the puddles. So I don't know if you noticed on that stroke side, which is the right-hand side of your screen, you can see those 4 oars going in the water, and as they extract, or at the finish, they create a deep swirly puddle. So if you're sending those puddles out to your opponent crew, it's very hard to place your blade in a swirly puddle.
Well, the umpire's been busy in this one, on the launch there, keeping a very close eye on what's going on. Busy race for the umpire.
I'm just looking at some of the flags up near the start, trying to get ahead, because this is the second crew that's just moved across into the middle from that station, and it looks like there's a little bit of a crosswind, so there might be a wind component at the start, just looking at the flags further down.
So crosswind blowing from the Buck station across the Berkshire station, and that might, if you're on the Buck station, be a mitigating circumstance. Can I put it politely like that?
That's what I just wanted to offer into the mix.
Yeah, no, I like what you're doing there.
Lovely shot of the bow vessel Hesselink from De Hoop.
Vessel Hesselink there, working hard to try and establish a good lead, which they have done against London Rowing Club. But they've been patient, hasn't it? They've forged a lead patiently over time rather than bursting away at the start.
But look at this London crew. So 40 Henley appearances between all 9 of them, and they aren't giving up. So although they're a few lengths down, they are just still having the best race of their lives to try and deliver it today.
But here come De Hoop, and it's going to be them who go through to the weekend semi-finals in the Thames Challenge Cup. London fighting until the bitter end here. All that experience that Cam mentions. Over the finish line and into the weekend go De Hoop of the Netherlands. James King, 9th Henley Royal Regatta in the bow seat for London. Matt Reeder in the stroke seat, his 12th Henley Royal Regatta in that London boat, bowing out on the Friday. Now, the cox of the London boat has put their hand up to ask the umpire a few questions about that. We'll no doubt have a few moments where the umpire and the London cox, Chase Lemley, have a chat. You can see there the raised hand asking the umpire to have a quick reflection on what went on there.
Indeed. See if we can lip read, but I think it'll go along the lines of their puddles were in our puddles, they moved across.
We'll wait and see what comes of that.
And that's the beauty of sportsmanship. There's been a protest, the umpire's explained, they've accepted, we move on.
So